What's up everybody, how are we doing today? Welcome to this week's episode of the Platinum Trophy Show. Hopefully you've had a fantastic week of gaming, you're enjoying your Ghosts of Tsushima this weekend, and you're excited to dive in to some PlayStation and trophy news for the week. Let's dive in and take a look at all the news that's happened this week.
You know I'm caught by a feeling.
Alrighty guys, welcome to the Platinum Trophy Show. For those of you who are uninitiated, the Platinum Trophy Show is a weekly YouTube show that I pull together. We look at all the latest PlayStation trophies that have popped up on PSN profiles. We take a look at trophy news, and we also look at all the big PlayStation headlines, and we kind of culminate that all together and have a bit of a discussion about it and break things down a little bit. So let's dive in and take a look at this week's news. This is for, I guess I'm recording this on the 18th of July. So I guess that's for that week. I think this is episode 11 of the show, which is crazy. I don't know how we've done so many episodes. It's getting out of hand. I'm pretty excited. Bit of housekeeping before we start. I am sick at the moment, unfortunately. I have got a cold, hence why my voice is a little bit funny, and it's probably why I've kind of disappeared a little bit for the last couple of days on the channel. I decided that I was going to just try and rest my voice for a few days, and that's why you've seen a couple of highlight videos pop up on the channel versus kind of newish content, or videos that I recorded a while back and just haven't uploaded yet. So I tried to exhaust all of those, but I wanted to make sure I recorded this because I like sticking to a schedule with it. So it's not going to be as long as it normally is because I don't think my voice is going to last that long. So that's the first point of call. Secondly, it was my birthday on Friday, and thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes. I mentioned it in a blog post thing a couple of weeks ago, and so many of you guys remembered and actually messaged me on my birthday, and I thank you so much for doing that. It really made my day. I was so happy. Ghost of Tsushima also came out that day, and I had a fantastic time playing through that. I'm still playing through it, but I've also started writing my trophy roadmap for it as well. I feel pretty confident that where I am in the game now, along with some information from a couple of other websites, PowerPYX, PSN profiles, that I can pull together a good enough trophy guide for you guys. I'm hoping that I'll be able to record that and release it as tomorrow's video, so stay tuned for that. I feel relatively confident that will be the case, as long as my voice doesn't die. And that's Ghost of Tsushima. What else happened? SpongeBob as well. We got a patch for SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. It says general bug fixes. I'm not sure if this fixes the golden spatula glitches that you guys are encountering, so I'm going to check that out. If some of you guys are unaware of what that means, I made a video about SpongeBob SquarePants. There's a couple of glitches in their game, and people have been commenting about it on the channel non-stop. It's probably the most frequent comment that I get on the channel at the moment. It's another one of those mafia situations, but basically there are glitches in their game, and it's causing some people problems with getting the platinum. Not everybody, just some people. I never had trouble with it. I don't know why. But that's something, so I'm going to test that out, and then I'll make a video about that as well. And I think that's all the news, right? It was me being sick, it was birthday, it was Ghost of Tsushima, and it was Ghost of Tsushima, by the way, is so good. I'm having such a good time with it. I don't know, I was looking forward to The Last of Us, and I wasn't looking forward to Ghost of Tsushima. And then after playing through both of them, obviously, I ended up kind of resenting The Last of Us more and enjoying Ghost of Tsushima more. I liked The Last of Us, the time for it and everything, it just frustrated me. The length of time, I should say, that it took to finish the game frustrated me. Whereas this, I'm really digging it at the moment. I'm really having a great time with it. So, don't know why that is. It's funny because I wasn't excited for it. Now I am. Yeah, there's that. I'm thinking about doing a review style video for it, but not a traditional review. Something kind of a bit more quirky and funny and fun, more in line with this channel versus kind of like a traditional mainstream review. I don't want to get into that kind of thing because I just can't do those kind of videos, but I am looking at doing something like that. The other thing I wanted to ask you guys was about live streaming. So I made a test live stream about 2 weeks ago now, and it went up on the channel, and quite a few people actually joined in and watched it. I was really stoked. Thank you for doing that if you were one of those people. It was a bit of a mess while I was trying to set up my Elgato, but now what I've done is I've got the entire room kind of rigged up with the Elgato, so all I need to do is press record and turn the consoles on, and I can start recording straight away, and I can start streaming straight away. So I can stream on any of the consoles that are over there, but I've got a whole bunch of consoles over there. I can stream on anything on any platform. So I'm thinking I might look at trying to do some live streams a couple of times a week. Maybe it's trophy hunting, maybe it's just playing a game, maybe it's just playing a game and chatting to you guys and hanging out. But I wanted to know whether or not you would prefer live streams to be on YouTube or on Twitch. Let me know in the comment section down below what you'd prefer. YouTube obviously makes sense because that's where all you guys are. But I wonder if it makes more sense to move things over to Twitch so that it's not notifying all of you guys who are here to watch the videos when live streams are happening. I don't want to be upsetting all the subscribers. So let me know what you guys prefer, or maybe if you watch other YouTubers who do something similar, you can give me suggestions on how they handle things, because I just don't know. So I thought the best option would be just to ask you guys and gather your opinions. Now the other thing about the channel is I'm also going to look at this is just a channel update. What's going on? This isn't a Platinum Trophy show. Normally it's not like this. If you're a new viewer, it's normally trophies and all sorts of stuff. This is just a bit of an update that's been brewing for a while. The other thing I thought about doing is trying to broaden out the kind of content that I bring you guys on the channel. I don't want to just be a trophy channel or a news channel. I want to try and do more. I want to try and do longer form pieces of content that are engaging as well and that last longer. The problem with news content, store updates, news, is that they don't last. So once they've had their initial blast, that they don't benefit you guys at all. They just sit on the channel and kind of die. If I can look at producing more evergreen style content, then that's something that you guys can go back and watch. It's something that new subscribers, when they come on board, they can watch as well. So I'm thinking of trying to go and do some things there and produce some additional content. So maybe my kind of take on a video essay retrospective type piece, maybe on PS3 games, maybe on older games. I'm not really sure yet what that looks like. It's obviously a longer and larger project, so it's something that I'm going to play around with for a little bit, but I'm going to try and see how I go in adding that kind of content to the channel as well. So additional thoughts on that. If you guys have any opinions, it would be really, really awesome to hear them. It'd be great to help me out. And it's also good to find out where you guys want to see the channel going. The channel doesn't exist without you. I mean, I know I make the videos, but the videos don't get views or anything unless you guys watch them. So I want to make sure it's heading in the correct direction that you guys want to see it go in. But I'm thinking, somewhere in the realm of what I feel comfortable with is having the channel having videos that are based around trophies and trophy hunting, videos that are based around news and PlayStation, and then video essay type longer form pieces of content. I'm thinking like 20 or 30 minute pieces of content, focusing on a specific title or topic, perhaps. Maybe about Ape Escape, or I don't know, this isn't a video game, why am I holding this? I don't know, The Symbols or something, I don't know. That's just an idea off the top of my head. I think that kind of stuff could be really cool, and I do want to kind of flex a little bit in terms of what we do here, and just trying to make it more special, I guess. In addition to that, obviously I'll continue to do the Platinum Trophy show each week. I love doing this show, it's fun. This is my opportunity to talk to you guys, the people who watch all my videos. You guys are the core audience on this channel. You right now, the person you're watching this, you're the core audience of the channel, and it's important that we have these weekly catch-ups and stuff like that. But if you feel like a week is too much and you want me to make it fortnightly or monthly, let me know as well. I'm open to those kind of suggestions. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and the live stream, obviously, and looking at adding live streaming onto it, because I think that would be another cool way of hanging out. I really enjoy chatting to the regulars in the comments, and I think that doing a live stream type thing would be a kind of cool way for us to chat even further. So that's the mindset behind why I'm looking at doing something like that. And hopefully it broadens things out and brings in more of that core audience as well. So that's all. This has been a really long intro piece, so sorry about that, guys. Let's dive into the news, and then we'll go into the trophies. There's not much this week, so it's probably still going to work out being a bit of a short episode. The first thing is Far Cry, or Ubisoft, basically. They had their conference last Monday, but obviously this video comes out on a Saturday, so I missed all of it. But Far Cry 6 got revealed. We already knew it was coming with the release date of the 18th of February. There's probably not too much more to touch on with this one because it's been discussed, I think, to death. And I also mentioned it a little bit last week when it kind of leaked. But Far Cry 6 is a thing, and it's coming out next year on all next-gen consoles and current-gen consoles, I believe. So that's one thing. We also got a release date for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's coming out on the 17th of November, which is like a day before Cyberpunk, I believe, which is just so frustrating because it will never be able to play that in time for Cyberpunk. However, This game is coming out in that time frame as well now, so we now know the release date for that. And Watch Dogs Legion also finally got a release date, October 29th. So this one's coming out a little bit earlier than those other two, which is kind of nice. Not much earlier, mind you, especially considering the size of the game. I will say though, Watch Dogs Legion's trailer definitely got me pumped to the game. I was very excited for that. Far Cry 6 feels more Far Cry-y. It's just more Far Cry. From what they showed, I didn't really feel wowed, I guess. It looked cool, and if you're into Far Cry, which I am, it's great. But it didn't do anything to like knock me off my feet, if that makes sense. Watch Dogs looked cool though. I felt that was a really neat, the trailer was really neat. It was really popping and all sorts of stuff was going on. I think it was well done. But that was Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, and Watch Dogs. So those were the three things that were mentioned. Ubisoft also mentioned that they're looking at doing another Ubisoft Forward event. So similar to what they've just done, but later in the year, revealing information about some of their other titles. So I'm guessing that's where they'll talk about things like Gods and Monsters, that pirate ship game, Black Sail, I can't remember what it's called anymore, and whatever else they have to announce. So this seems to be the forum for them to go and do that, which is cool, I guess, if they're, if they feel like they've got enough content to talk about, then yeah, by all means, then that's cool. I guess this is kind of a overcrowded time of year as well with announcements. However, going further into the year is going to become even more crowded. So I don't know what that means necessarily, but those are kind of the core things. This is a story here on Push Square, which I thought was interesting, which is Danganronpa games will be pulled from the PlayStation Store in September. I'm going to make a separate video about this on the channel because I want to have a title like with this so that people know about it, because not many people are going to watch the to the 15-minute mark of this video to find this story. But essentially, all four of the Danganronpa games, Another Episode, Trigger Happy Havoc, Ultra just Goodbye Despair, and V3 Killing Harmony are going to be removed from the PlayStation Store in September. It seems to be a rights issue. Do they actually mention it here? It seems to be like a rights issue with NIS America, and I'm not really sure how the publishing rights to this game works, but those four games are going to be removed from the PlayStation Store and the Vita Store as well. So if you already own them, you can still download them and continue to play them. Even if you delete them, you can still download them later. However, you won't be able to purchase them anymore from September onwards. I do believe that some of them are available physically, so it doesn't mean that they're gone forever, but it does mean that it's going to be harder to get them until maybe they do sort out the rights later. That does sometimes happen. If you're unaware of what these are, they're like a visual novel game with like a crime scene element to it. So if you think of like, what's a visual novel game? Like any visual novel game, essentially. But then they also have like a detective element to them. So it's kind of like a bit like Ace Attorney and Professor Layton, if you played those games from the DS era. More adult. Or the 999 game, I think it's called. It had a couple of sequels on PlayStation. The name escapes me at the moment. But this is, they're cool games. They are cool. They're very Japanese, but they're cool games. And definitely worth checking out. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame they're being removed. It makes them harder to play. Yesterday, we also saw more information about the DualSense controller. Jeff Keighley hosted a stream, or a video, I guess, on his channel, where he showed off him like handling it and just some of the features on it. It was a interesting piece, I thought. I think, again, I'm going to do a separate video on this on the channel as well, because I do want to sort of chat about it in a little bit more detail, but in a nutshell, I don't have any massive concerns. It's obviously a little bit larger than a PS4 controller, but I think it's somewhere between an Xbox and a PS4 controller in terms of how it's going to feel, just the handles in your hands. But then obviously the D-pads, the analog sticks are aligned versus unaligned like on the Xbox. So yeah, it's a neat little piece that Jeff did. It's kind of a weird marketing thing from Sony. But cool to keep our attention and keep us engaged as well. There was also rumors this week about PS5 pre-orders going live, and a lot of people freaked out about it and were waiting outside GameStop to pre-order it. Don't do that. It's not going to happen without warning. Sony have actually now said that, but they don't ever do stuff like that. If you look at how they announce consoles in the past, announce release dates for things in the past, they don't just suddenly chuck it up on Twitter like that. For something of this size that has such a large impact on their financials for the year, they're not just going to whack this thing up on Twitter and be like, go and get it. they're going to make a big deal about it. They're going to say on the blog, tune in on this date because this is when we're announcing something, or this is when we're announcing pre-orders to go live. The other thing that they don't do, and this is from experience, is that they don't announce pre-orders without a price. They never have pre-orders go live without a price point first, and that's for anything they do. That's software, that's peripherals, and that's hardware. So you guys can rest assured that until they've announced the price point, there won't be anything available to pre-order unless it's through like a dodgy website or something like that. But you don't need to stress. It's not going to just suddenly pop up on Amazon. You're going to get warned. So I think it's worth mentioning because I know a lot of people are freaking out about it. So, I didn't want you guys to be worried. If we have a look at the trophies this week, there wasn't honestly a ton of really great stuff. I might just go from the top down since most of the stuff here I haven't looked at. We haven't talked about together at least. All right, let's have a look at We Should Talk. This one had a weird trophy list, like I don't know what this game is. It looks like some sort of, I have no idea, I actually don't even know. A romance simulator of some sort. And some people have already got the trophies. It's like Game Over Greggy, so it's reviewers have already got the trophies for the game. No one has the platinum yet, and given how easy some of these are, I would say either like it requires like weird finessing to get some of these trophies in terms of like taking a particular dialogue path, or they're glitched at the moment. It could be one or the other. But given no one's got the platinum at this point, I would say that they could be glitched. Or it does say reach all endings, and no one seems to have done that. So anyway, this is a game that's obviously going to be coming out in the next. Actually, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, but it looks honestly it looks to be a pretty easy trophy list. Most of them have a really common percentage. However, like there's a couple in there that don't. I'm guessing they are glitched in some way. The developer is Insatiable Cycle, and it doesn't look like they've done anything else on PlayStation before, so I don't know who they are or the kind of content they like to make. There's a lot of re-upload stuff, like Rush Rover's got another list here. Cave Digger's got another list. Ultra Hat Dimension is a... I'm not going to click on all of these because I'm conscious of how the video is going and I'm not feeling super well, so I'm just going to kind of scroll through. But Ultra Hat Dimension's got like 4 trophy stacks. That's a Radalika title. I believe that's a pretty easy Radalika title as well. Standard for those guys, between your half an hour to an hour long platinum. I don't believe they've sent me a code for it, so I won't have a guide up on the channel for that one yet, but who knows. Ghost of Tsushima has its trophies obviously live as well. I made a trophy list reveal video a couple of days ago, so you can check that one out on the channel if you're interested in looking at those in more detail. The game is really neat and I do recommend it. I think it's a lot of fun, and I'll hopefully have a trophy roadmap out for that tomorrow if this video doesn't kill me. Hero Express, I've never heard of these ones. Honestly, I've actually spent the last 3 or 4 days in bed sleeping, so I haven't spent a ton of time trying to keep up to date with trophy related content. I've tried to just be resting, so I haven't been doing as much research as I normally do before I go into one of these, but I've just pulled a few of these out now because these do appear to have short trophy lists. I would assume these are East Asia Soft or Radalika titles. This one here, Zero Strain, just because it's like collect all these pickups, kill a particular number of enemies, beat these bosses, use your special attack a particular number of times, and unlock particular levels, or whatever it is. This will be a really easy platinum. Zero Strain, I don't know when it's coming out. Chicken Police, I think this is a visual novel game. Looking at score at least 5,000 in shooting range would say it's not. Let's look what this one is. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. I looked at the trailer for it. It doesn't give you any information about it at all. But it's like, yeah, I don't know, maybe this is like a visual novel thing. I'll keep an eye on this one. The images definitely intrigue me, and Chicken and Police kind of intrigue me. I did look up Zero Strain at the same time, and this doesn't appear to be a Radalika title, but it does have a Radalika style trophy list, so probably going to be an easy plat, I would say. Neversong also appears to be the same. I don't know what this game is, but a couple of people have been earning the trophies in it, who are obviously trophy hunters, who have got review copies, but no one has the platinum yet. They all look like time-based trophies. They could be potentially hard, but given the number of golds, normally that means it's going to be pretty easy. Distraint 2 is another easy platinum. It's a Radalika title, I believe. It came out last week. I do have a code for this one, thanks to Radalika, so I'll probably pull a guide together for that one next week as well on the channel. We also had Ty the Tasmanian Tiger pop up on the channel. Let me just go to the next page and see what's there too before we go there. Oh, we got to Turok, because I remember talking about Turok. Alright, well Ty's probably going to be the last thing we talk about then. Yeah, let's end it on Ty. I think that makes sense. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I posted about him a couple of days ago on the channel, and a couple of you guys remembered who Ty was, but he's got a pretty stock standard trophy list here. Now everything here seems pretty easy except for this time attack one. I believe that's going to be the platinum killer in this game. I played this game kind of semi recently because I was looking at doing a video about it on the channel until I realized that it had it was getting a remaster, and the time trials are just terrible. So I think that's probably gonna be the platinum killer. I would say if you remove that trophy from the game, you're looking at a relatively easy trophy list just based on this. I would say you're probably looking at like a 2 or 3 out of 10, but with that in there, it probably pushes things up to like a 5 or a 6 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. I mean, it is still a kid's platformer game, but time trials always ruin things. They did the same thing for Crash. They made it unnecessarily more difficult, but this potentially is going to be impacted by that. So that's kind of cool. I'm keen to cover this game when it comes out, but I don't know much about the publishers or anything, so I'll probably just be with the same time as you guys pick it up as well. And that's Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. And I think that's everything that's happening this week. Yeah, because we talked about Bloodstained. I might make a video for that as well this week, depending on how we go. A lot of content this week. Yeah, I think that's probably everything I wanted to cover. I don't think I've forgotten any. But hopefully this was informative for you guys. I know it's a little bit different to how it's been the last couple of weeks. I'm trying to sort of just power through this episode, if I'm being real. If I'm being honest. It's more just to survive it. That's all there is to it. I've just dragged myself out of bed to try and record it. I'm still actually in my pajamas underneath this hoodie. So that's this week's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I do apologize that the length is not as long as it normally is, and I apologize that the content might not be as engaging or as informative as normal. I do think we had a good update at the beginning of the video though, so hopefully you found that useful. And yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you thought of the video, and answer some of the questions that I asked throughout the video, guys. I would really appreciate feedback on all the stuff that we talked about. Thank you so very much. Thank you again for all the birthday wishes, and thank you again for watching this video. I do really appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you in tomorrow's video. If my voice is okay, it's going to be Ghost of Tsushima. If it's not, then I've got a couple of other videos here that I've just finished editing as well, that I recorded a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks ago and just never got around to finishing, and they'll probably start popping up on the channel over the next couple of days as well, just to fill in some of the gaps until old Josh is feeling better. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a fantastic evening, and hopefully you're enjoying Ghost of Tsushima. See you guys.